Nothing is free. A story of unbreakable dreams. Hello, my friends. Welcome to another inspiring journey. Today, I have something truly special for you. This isn't just a story for listening practice. It's a life-changing lesson that will ignite your soul and push you toward your dreams. The story is called Nothing is Free. And let me tell you something right now. By the end of this story, you will never look at your challenges the same way again. Prepare yourself. This is the tale of a young man who started with nothing, but built everything.
Chapter 1. The Weight of Dreams. In the shadow of silent mountains, imagine a tiny town called Mountain Hollow, so small it barely appeared on maps. Surrounded by jagged peaks that seemed to touch the heavens, this was where Leo Carter, a 20-year-old dreamer, lived. Leo wasn't born with a silver spoon. His family's small wooden house creaked in the wind. His father, Mark, was a mechanic whose hands were permanently stained with grease. His mother, Claire, woke at dawn to clean wealthy homes miles away. And then there was Sophie, Leo's 10-year-old sister, bright-eyed with pigtails and a smile that could melt ice. To Sophie, Leo wasn't just her brother. He was her hero. Every night, as the family gathered around their flickering dinner table, Leo's mind wandered. He dreamed of towering restaurants with golden signs bearing his name. He pictured families laughing, enjoying meals he'd created. He wanted to be the successful entrepreneur who changed his town's fate. But dreams have weight. One freezing winter evening, Leo stepped outside, his breath forming clouds in the frigid air. He sat on the porch steps, wrapped in his father's old coat, and stared at the stars. "I want to give my family a better life," he whispered to the night sky. "A real house, warm clothes for Sophie, rest for Mom and Dad. But how? We can barely afford tomorrow." The mountains stood silent, offering no answers. Chapter 2. The Spark That Changed Everything. Sometimes, wisdom comes from the people who love you most. The next morning, over a breakfast of thin porridge, Leo poured out his heart to his father. "Dad, I want to build something big. Restaurants, a business empire. I want to make us proud." Mark set down his spoon. His weathered face softened, but his eyes were serious. He leaned forward and spoke words that would echo in Leo's heart forever. "Son, dreams aren't free." Leo blinked. "What do you mean?" "If you want something worth having, you have to fight for it," Mark said. "Blood, sweat, tears. That's the price. Start with what you have, even if it's just a mustard seed of faith. Great oaks grow from tiny seeds, Leo, but they don't grow without work." Those words hit Leo like lightning. That afternoon, as he walked through the town square, he noticed something. Long lines at the general store. People complained about the stale bread trucked in from the city. "If only we had fresh bakery bread," they sighed. "But the only bakery is 15 miles away." Bingo! Leo's heart raced. Fresh bread. That was his opportunity. But reality crashed in. "I have no money, no cart, no nothing." Chapter 3. The Risk That Defined a Life. True courage isn't the absence of fear, it's acting in spite of it. The next day, Leo made a decision that would change everything. He walked 15 miles, uphill both ways, to Anderson's bakery. Mr. Harold Anderson was a legend and a terror. At 68, with a face like weathered granite and eyes that could spot a lie from across a room, he trusted no one. His bakery smelled of warm yeast and success, but his heart was guarded like Fort Knox. Leo stood trembling before the counter. "Mr. Anderson, sir, I have a request." The old man didn't look up from his ledger. "Make it quick, boy." "I want to sell your bread in Mountain Hollow. People there are desperate for fresh loaves, but—" Leo swallowed hard. "I have no money." Anderson's pen stopped. Slowly, he raised his head, one bushy eyebrow arched. "No money? Then you have no business here." "Wait!" Leo's voice cracked with desperation and determination. "Give me 1 week on credit. I'll sell every loaf. You'll get your money, plus I'll bring you more customers. I swear on my family's name." Silence stretched like eternity. "Why should I trust a scrawny kid with nothing?" Anderson growled. Leo straightened. His voice became steel. "Because I'm not asking for a handout. I'm asking for a chance to prove myself. And when I do, you'll see I was worth the risk." Anderson studied him for what felt like hours. Finally, 1 week, 50 loaves. If you are even 1 penny short, never darken my door again." Leo nearly flew home, the promise burning in his chest like fire. Chapter 4. The First Victory. Success tastes sweetest when you've earned every crumb. 4:17 a.m. Leo arrived at Anderson's as roosters crowed. He loaded a wicker basket with steaming loaves, golden crusts crackling, aroma filling the air. The 15-mile walk home took 4 hours. By 9 a.m., sweat-soaked and exhausted, he set up a makeshift stand, an old door balanced on crates in the town park. "Fresh bread, warm from the oven, best in the county," he shouted. Passers-by glanced curiously but kept walking. Who trusts a kid with no store? Leo didn't panic. He grabbed a loaf, sliced it, and gave away free samples. The magic happened. "This is heaven!" cried Mrs. Jenkins, the school teacher. "Better than the city bakery!" exclaimed old Mr. Thompson. By sunset, every crumb was gone. Leo counted his earnings, $42 profit, enough to feed his family for a month. That night, he marched back to Anderson's and slapped exact change on the counter. The old man's eyes widened. You actually did it." "I told you I'd keep my word," Leo grinned. "Same time tomorrow?" Anderson nodded slowly. "Tomorrow." Chapter 5. The Grind That Forged Steel. Greatness isn't built in days. It's forged in the dark hours before dawn. This became Leo's life. 3:45 a.m. wake up, dress in darkness. 4 to 8 a.m. walk to bakery, load bread. 8:30 to 6 p.m. sell with endless energy. 7 to 10 p.m. count money, plan, collapse. 2 months later, Leo saved enough for a wooden cart with wobbly wheels. Progress. But one customer changed everything. Mrs. Patel, the town's wisest grandmother, said, "Leo, you're a born salesman. But real profit? Bake your own bread. No middleman. Double your money." Leo's stomach dropped. Bake? Me? I can barely boil water. That night, he couldn't sleep. The idea consumed him. If I learn to bake, I'm free. my own boss. But what if I fail? The truth hit him like a thunderbolt. Nothing is free. Not success, not independence, not mastery. Everything worth having demands sacrifice.
Chapter 6: The Mentor and the Fire. Some lessons you pay for with blisters and broken dreams. The next morning, after paying Anderson, Leo took the biggest risk yet. "Mr. Anderson, will you teach me to bake?" The old man laughed, a sound like grinding rocks. "Teach you, so you can steal my customers?" "No, sir," Leo said earnestly. "To honor you. You gave me my first chance. If I succeed, I'll send everyone to Anderson's for their wedding cakes." Anderson stared, then sighed. "Fine, but baking isn't slapping dough together. It's science. It's art. It's war against failure." Training began at 2:30 a.m. Flour dust coated Leo's lungs. Kneading tore his hands raw. Burns blistered his arms. Failed loaves mocked him from the trash. Week 3, day 17, another disaster. Leo's bread was a brick. He sat on the floury floor, head in hands. "I'm not cut out for this. I should quit." But then he remembered. Dreams aren't free. Failure isn't fatal, quitting is. The next day, he returned at 2 a.m. Week 5, Anderson handed him a loaf. Perfect golden crust, perfect airy crumb. "Leo," the old man said gruffly, "you're ready."
Chapter 7: Empire of One. True wealth isn't money, it's options. Leo rented a tiny oven. His kitchen became a 24/7 bakery. Sophie, age 10, packed loaves with ribbon bows. Claire brewed tea during 2 a.m. baking marathons. Mark fixed the oven with scrap metal. The menu exploded. Cinnamon swirl bread, lemon poppy seed muffins, chocolate chunk cookies, and apple cinnamon scones. Townsfolk whispered, "Leo's magic is better than the city."
Chapter 8: The Battle for Survival. Competition doesn't kill dreams, cowardice does. Then disaster struck. Eric Van Holt, rich, 25, city slick, opened Holt's Artisan Bakery. Glass windows sparkling like diamonds, velvet ropes guiding customers, Instagram-worthy cakes with gold leaf. $50K marketing budget. Leo's sales plummeted 70%. Panic clawed at him. Is this it? Did I work for nothing? But Leo didn't whine. He investigated. What do you love about Holt's? What should I improve? Customer truths. Their shop feels luxurious. Beautiful packaging. Variety of flavors. Leo evolved. He painted his cart vibrant rainbow colors, added fairy lights, learned piping from YouTube, created Leo loyalty cards. The comeback? Legendary.
Chapter 9: The Fire That Tested Steel. When everything burns, what rises from the ashes? August 17th, storm of the century. Lightning cracked, rain hammered. As Leo locked up, smoke. Flames devoured his oven. He fought with buckets, blankets, anything. He saved the building, but 90% of equipment destroyed. Next morning, the town gathered. Poor Leo. It's over. Told you he was too young. Holtz wins. Leo stood in the wreckage, tears mixing with soot. But then, he laughed. This is just Tuesday. Chapter 10: The Town That Rose Together, When you fight for yourself, others join the battle. Leo's Phoenix Plan. Bake at home with mom's old stove. Ask for help the right way. Rebuild better. He visited Anderson. What would you do? The old man smiled. Same thing you did at 20. Work, believe, ask. Mountain Hollow rallied. Farmers donated flour. Kids painted "We Love Leo" signs. Carpenters rebuilt counters. And Sophie became PR manager. 4 months later, grand reopening. Cupcake wall, live music, and free hug with every loaf. The mayor's speech. Leo Carter proves, with grit, anything's possible.
Now, close your eyes for a moment and think about Leo. He started with nothing. No money, no shop, no experience. Only a dream and the courage to wake up every day and work for it. He walked kilometers in the cold. He failed many times. He lost almost everything in the fire. But he never said it's too hard. He only said, I will try again. And because he never gave up, today his family is happy, his town is proud, and hundreds of people smile every morning because of his warm bread. So here is the real message, the one I want you to carry in your heart. Nothing is free. Not your English, not your dreams, not your future. But listen carefully. Everything is possible if you are ready to pay the price with hard work, patience, and a smile when things are difficult. Your dream is waiting for you. Maybe it is small today, maybe it feels far away. It doesn't matter. Start where you are. Start with what you have. Start today. Because just like Leo, you can turn impossible into I'm possible. Thank you for listening. Now go and make your own story. I believe in you.